Prime Minister issues message on promoting economic growth in 2025. And localities put efforts to meet European deforestation regulations. And in the world news, drivers kills at least 2 after ramming into crowd at German Christmas market.
Broadcasting from Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. VTV News starts right now.
Good afternoon. It's now 3 p.m. local time and you're watching VTV News. I'm Thuy Linh with the latest updates. Now, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính recently chaired an online conference to review economic diplomacy in 2024 and assign tasks in 2025 to create momentum for growth. The government leader acknowledged positive results in economic diplomacy, including attracting major chip manufacturing corporations and companies, expanding to new markets such as the Middle East, South America, and HALA compliance, developing tourism and aviation, and earning a partner's trust. In the future, economic diplomacy should focus on signing legal frameworks between Vietnam and its partners, promoting trade and contributing to double-digit growth. The Prime Minister stressed a greater focus on expanding cooperation and technology, especially technology transfer, and innovating visa policies to attract investment and tourism. Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính signed and issued a telegram promoting economic growth in 2025. He requested ministries, branches, and localities to prioritize strong economic growth and macroeconomic stability, control inflation, and strive for a 2025 GDP growth of over 8%. Provinces and cities strive for a minimum GRDP growth of 8 to 10%. The State Bank of Vietnam must regulate exchange rates and interest rates in accordance with macroeconomic developments, direct commercial banks to reduce operating costs, and increase the use of information technology to lower lending interest rates. The Ministry of Finance should strive to collect at least 10% more state budget revenue in 2025 and continue to research and propose suitable policies to support customers and businesses. Vietnam's economy is forecast to grow positively in 2024, according to an HSBC Bank macroeconomic assessment. The bank predicts a GDP increase of 7%, the highest in the ASEAN region. Now, Vietnam's prospects for attracting foreign capital inflows remain fundamentally positive. Realized FDI capital in the first 11 months of the year is estimated at nearly $21.7 billion, up 7.1% over the same period last year. The Mekong Delta is making impressive strides in exports, with the region's total trade value surpassing $38 billion in early December, marking a 17% increase compared to the same period last year. Notably, the region has consistently posted record growth in exports throughout the year.
This cold storage company is seeing a notable reduction in inventory. Last year at this time, stock levels were between 70 to 80%, but have now dropped to around 30%.
Products like seafood and frozen fruits, such as dragon fruit and mangoes, have been in high demand, with inventory now down from 6,000 tons to around 2,000 tons. Export activity is thriving.
The Mekong Delta has achieved a trade surplus of over 13 billion USD after 11 months.
Previously, we focused on exporting to Japan, but now we've expanded into high-value products that are reaching other advanced economies.
We continue to call on investors to focus on deep processing of local agricultural products and those from the Mekong Delta, aiming to surpass basic processing and meet the demands of more selective export markets.
With the region's record-high export surplus, the effectiveness of government policies and economic development strategies for the Mekong Delta is becoming increasingly clear.
Now, since 9 a.m. December the 21st, the public has been allowed free entry into the Vietnam International Defense Exhibition 2024 at Gia Lâm Airport, Hanoi. Free admission will last until 3 p.m. Sunday, December the 22nd, without a lunch break. The exhibition showcases Vietnam's most advanced weapons and equipment, and that of many other countries. Visitors can experience 3D mapping models, virtual reality classes, stimulated shooting, and modern hologram photography technology. Many aerospace products manufactured in Vietnam has absorbed the essence of global scientific and technological advancements. Now, this is evidenced by the aerospace technology products currently on display at the Vietnam International Defense Exhibition 2024 in Hanoi. Vietnamese enterprises are showing off their technology prowess and collaborating with international partners in the aerospace sector.
This radar system can track and detect objects, meteoroids, or space debris in outer space. It is a collaboration between Vietnamese and German companies. Here is a multi-purpose signal power amplifier that can be used for television transmission and reception, uncrewed aerial vehicle control, and aerospace equipment. This equipment was developed and manufactured in Vietnam.
Vietnamese engineers have mastered every aspect of this device, from design, simulation, assembly, and manufacturing to product testing before market release.
The Vietnamese enterprise also stated that with the aerospace industry booming, Vietnam cannot afford to stand on the sidelines. It has already prepared to participate actively in the global supply chain.
The approach for Vietnamese enterprises and the industrial sector should be to work, learn, and collaborate with foreign technology partners simultaneously. We can quickly develop products that address domestic challenges while integrating into the global market environment by engaging in technology transfer.
Here, we can see the most advanced technologies showcased in the products developed by Vietnamese enterprises. It is truly gratifying to witness these technologies becoming a reality, no longer just research topics.
Recently, during a meeting with U.S. aerospace, defense, and security companies attending the International Defense Exhibition, Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh urged businesses to strengthen cooperation, investment, and production in Vietnam. In the future, to achieve double-digit growth annually, Vietnam will prioritize the development of new industries and explore untapped areas of growth.
The Navy's submarine Brigade 189 possesses 4 exceptional qualities: exceptional unity, exceptional secrecy, exceptional discipline, and exceptional loyalty. It is also one of Vietnam's Navy's elite forces. Through relentless training on the most advanced and modern vessels and equipment, the submarine brigade continues demonstrating its role and strength, ready to defend the homeland.
The sounds of the ocean depths are the only connection submariners have with the outside world. Distinguishing these sounds is crucial for accurately identifying targets. This is one of the key lessons taught to trainees at the training center of Submarine Brigade 189. The training program has incorporated 6 simulated compartments equipped with identical submarine systems and various other equipment. The training and practice spans several years, ensuring each submariner masters every operation and skill before boarding a submarine for duty.
We have the knowledge and skills to fight, protect the submarine's vitality, and even escape from the vessel at depths of hundreds of meters. We are also trained to operate and handle modern submarine weaponry and systems.
Missions can last for months, which means going that long without seeing sunlight. Yet, this is just a small part of the intense training required to become a submariner.
The submarine force has strict requirements for physical fitness, determination, and the ability to handle potential situations at sea effectively, especially incidents in a confined environment.
After each journey through the underwater currents, the submarines dock safely at the port but remain ever ready to undertake missions at any time, anywhere.
As an elite unit equipped with modern submarines and weaponry, we cherish peace and aspire to maintain it. However, we remain fully aware of the need for constant vigilance and the highest level of combat readiness. When the homeland calls, when the nation entrusts us, we are prepared to carry out our mission to the highest operational level.
Confident in mastering the submarines, Brigade 189 affirms its role and position, contributing to realizing the Navy's strategy to advance directly into modernity.
Coming up next, localities put efforts to meet European deforestation regulations. And sufficient buses and reasonable ticket prices ensured for Lunar New Year. Welcome back to VTV News. The EUDR regulation, or EU Deforestation Regulation, requires that products imported to the market be legal and free from deforestation. Vietnam is projected to have 7 agricultural products impacted by this regulation. In the country's central provinces, affected sectors include wood, rubber, and coffee. And to alleviate this issue, localities have devised various solutions.
This village in Quang Tri Province established a green corridor with over 250 diverse trees. This initiative provides local residents with economic and environmental benefits while encouraging the protection of natural forests.
We plant Michelia tonkinensis seeds without encroaching on natural forests. We can also sell jackfruit coffee, generating more income.
As we integrate internationally, ensuring product origin and quality is crucial. This benefits the people by safeguarding their rights and health and fostering community development.
The province currently has 4,000 hectares under coffee, nearly 200 hectares of which are potentially subject to the EU deforestation regulations. About 7,000 hectares require more negotiation to comply with EU regulations.
We are focusing on raising awareness through communication campaigns and guiding households, businesses, and cooperatives on appropriate crop structure adjustments.
The province has adopted innovative farming approaches. Measures like installing warning signs, promoting environmentally friendly rubber plantations, and linking coffee cultivation with carbon credit initiatives aim to minimize encroachment on natural forests. These efforts provide alternative livelihoods for locals and help the province's agricultural and forestry products meet the stringent requirements of high-demand markets like Europe.
Due to being on the EU's list of products subject to strict import regulations, rubber and coffee are required to grow in planted forestry. Now, Phu Yên Province has established large international standard timber forests with sustainable forest management certification to address this issue. These efforts have proven effective in significantly increasing the export turnover of wood products.
Commune growers are shifting to more sustainable and productive forest planting methods. By adhering to strict rules, they are set to achieve Forest Stewardship Council (FSC) certification within a month. This certification enhances the value of timber products and serves as a key to high-demand markets.
People used to plant forests densely in harvested products every 4 years, yielding about 7 tons per hectare. With a 7-year planting cycle, the yield has increased from 150 to 200 tons per hectare.
A few years ago, only a few forest-owning households in the province were interested in getting the certification. This number has now grown significantly. Of nearly 20,000 hectares of planted forests that have achieved or are in the process of obtaining the certification, approximately 6,000 hectares belong to local farmers.
We have promoted this business model by encouraging investors to partner with farmers. They provide support in technology and funding. Our task is to identify more capable enterprises that can strengthen these partnerships.
The expansion of certified forests is becoming more feasible as enterprises offer favorable financial and technical support to farmers.
Farmers used to wait 7 to 8 years for a harvest, which posed financial challenges. Now, with the support of enterprises, these barriers are being eliminated.
The province currently boasts over 126,000 hectares of planted forests, with an additional 55,000 hectares of forestry-designated land available. By fostering strong connections between enterprises and farmers and addressing concerns over capital and technical expertise, the expansion of FSC-certified forests is poised for rapid growth in the coming years.
An exhibition celebrating the Vietnam People's Army's 80 years of art and culture opened on Friday night at Ba Kieu Temple in Hanoi. Minister of National Defense Phan Văn Giang presided over the opening ceremony. The exhibition theme, Epic of Soldiers and Artists, shows the dedication and outstanding contributions of soldiers and artists of the Vietnam People's Army over the past 8 decades. The exhibition will be on display until Sunday, December the 22nd in Hoan Kiem Lake Walking Street, and will include many special activities such as thematic exhibitions, military music performances, and film screenings. The 2025 Lunar New Year, or TED, is approaching. This is when millions of people across the country return to their hometowns to reunite with their families. The number of passengers traveling during this upcoming TED holiday is expected to increase by 20% compared to last year. Major bus stations in Ho Chi Minh City already have plans to increase the number of vehicles to ensure convenient and safe travel.
TED is a time for family reunions for those living far from home. For Tin's family who moved from Cà Mau to Ho Chi Minh City for work, this year purchasing tickets has been remarkably easy.
We didn't face much difficulty since so many buses were running to Mekong Delta.
To meet the 2025 Lunar New Year travel demand, the eastern and western bus stations have developed specific measures to ensure sufficient vehicles and reasonable ticket prices. The bus station stated that fare subcharges will be adjusted depending on route, but will not exceed 40% for routes to Mekong Delta.
We expect to carry 139,000 passengers trips for TED, a 1% increase compared to last year. For peak hours, we have repaired 350 additional buses.
The Western bus station predicts peak day to fall on the 27th, 28th and 29th of the lunar calendar. During these peak days, the number of buses passing through the station could reach 2,000, while passenger numbers are expected to hit around 62,500 people, an increase of approximately 2.1 times.
The city is fully prepared to meet the demand with an estimated 90,000 passenger trips during peak times. With thorough planning, Ho Chi Minh City's transportation sector is determined to achieve its goal. No one will be left without ticket to return home for TED.
Now, Hanoi will let off fireworks at 5 locations for the upcoming New Year's Eve. These 5 locations include Hoan Kiem, Hà Đông, Nam Từ Lian districts, Sơn Tây Town, and Đông Anh district. During the Lunar New Year, the city will also organize firework displays at 30 locations across the districts, towns, and cities on January the 29th of 2025, the first day of the Lunar New Year. Coming up next in a world news. driver kills at least 2 after ramming into crowds at a German Christmas market. And U.S. airstrike kills ISIS leader in Syria. A car plowed into a crowd at a Christmas market in Manchburg, eastern Germany, killing at least 2 people and injuring 68 others, including 15 in critical condition. The tragic incident occurred at 7 p.m. local time when a black BMW sped through a busy market in the city center of Manchburg, Saxony-Anhalt, where many were enjoying the festive atmosphere. In response, the Premier of Saxony-Anhalt announced that flags will be flown at half-mast across the state in remembrance of the victims. Approximately 100 police officers, paramedics, and firefighters were deployed to the scene to assist victims, evacuate the area, and search for potential explosives. The incident is under investigation. Meanwhile, several German cities have canceled Christmas market events scheduled for this weekend as a gesture for solidarity and remembrance for the victims. The U.S. military killed a top Islamic State leader and another member in an airstrike conducted in Syria on Thursday, U.S. Central Command said. The strike targeted Abu Yusuf, also known as Mahmoud, in an eastern Syrian province. He and an unidentified ISIS member were killed in the strike. According to U.S. officials, ISIS plans to break out over 8,000 ISIS operatives currently being held in detention facilities in Syria. The U.S. military affirmed that the country and its partners and allies in the region will not allow ISIS to take advantage of the situation in Syria to re-establish a haven on Syrian territory. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau announced a major cabinet reshuffle on Friday, introducing 12 changes in what is considered one of the most significant overhauls since he took office 9 years ago. The reshuffle includes appointing 8 new ministers, with 4 current ministers transitioning to different roles. The shakeup follows the unexpected resignation of Deputy Prime Minister and Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland, which caused considerable disruption within the ruling Liberal Party. According to Political Complexity, the leaders of the New Democratic Party, a key Trudeau ally, has declared plans to submit a vote of no confidence in Parliament by the end of next month. This cabinet restructuring is widely seen as an attempt by Prime Minister Trudeau to restore stability and navigate the challenges facing his administration. During Japan's rapid economic growth from the late 1950s to the early 1970s, suburban areas flourished with new urban developments and apartment complexes to accommodate the growing housing needs of young people. Today, however, these once vibrant neighborhoods are grappling with aging populations and various challenges.
The Meimei Danshi urban area near Kobe was established 60 years ago in 1964. Spanning 197 hectares and comprising about 100 buildings, it once symbolized the aspirations of young Japanese families. As of 2024, nearly half of its residents are over 65 years old, with a growing number of seniors living alone without caregivers.
The Meimei apartment complex is one of Japan's earliest modern urban developments. Residents have lived in this area for over 6 decades, and Hyogo Prefecture has addressed age-related issues in these complexes for nearly 20 years.
Himawari Kai, a volunteer organization, provides affordable meals for seniors and infirm residents, particularly those living alone. To foster intergenerational interaction, young people, including students, are offered reduced rent in exchange for volunteering and engaging with senior residents.
We've seen the benefits young people bring. I never expected to interact with foreigners, but now, students from America, Europe, India, and Sri Lanka have come here. They learn Japanese and engage with us.
We organize cultural exchanges, such as cooking for each other. For instance, residents from India or Pakistan prepare their traditional dishes for older people. These activities have reduced loneliness for older residents.
Local agencies and organizations are increasingly prioritizing efforts to revitalize the community and improve the quality of life for its senior citizens. These initiatives aim to breathe new life into aging urban areas.
And up next is the weather forecast. And that's the end of VTV News. To rewatch our program, you can download VTV Go from App Store or Google Play, or visit our YouTube channel, VTV4Go. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again.